Alright, so we're re-recording this because the original part 2 was too long. So we're going to split this up into 3 parts. This part we're going to talk about Saturday. Saturday was problematic.
Thank you, YouTube, for being completely fucking inept.
So YouTube was being a little problematic, but
Oh,
we're just
no.
going to re-record
I
this.
swore we're going to get demonetized.
Oh,
who gives a shit?
So Saturday was another slow day, but that was just because, there weren't a lot of panels that really appealed to us. And I just happened to wake up at 7:30 Saturday morning. So there was a lot of downtime, but Saturday, again, I was dressed as the Ice Queen. And I just kept changing my appearance because I have all these variants on the Ice Queen now. And the temperature just kept fluctuating between being too damn hot outside and too damn cold inside. And then it was too damn cold at night. But,
welcome to New England. May I take your order?
so the first Saturday panel I was able to get into was 80s Did It First at 1 o'clock. So from 7 until 1, there's a lot of not really doing stuff. But I did enjoy the panel once I was able to get in. And at that time, which video game tournament were you doing?
The only video game tournament going on Saturday was the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Tournament at 6.
Oh,
So-
you're just playing video games.
Yeah, so
You're
there's
just playing video games.
yeah, so there's one thing for you. Yeah, between 7 and 1, and then between 1 and 6, there was for us nothing to do really.
So after 1 o'clock, I think.
Which reminds me the panel room screw ups. The fact that it took us like an hour or so to find the panel room where the Smash Brothers tournament was being hosted, because these guys are very bad at explaining where certain things are, especially when one panel room is on the second floor and it doesn't look like it's on the second floor because you have to go through Artist Alley to get to the panel room.
Yes, the panel rooms were not marked clear enough. One of the panel rooms required you to go through Artist Alley, so when people were lining up waiting for a panel that was in that panel room, that line just impeded traffic, because there would be people wanting to come in and out of Artist Alley, and also the line just blocked off the walkway if you were coming up the stairs to get to and from the second floor of the convention. And that was a major bottleneck. It created massive traffic congestion. It was a massive inconvenience. This hotel was just too small for a convention of this size. But it was convenient to get to, and there was plenty of food within walking distance, so once we parked our car, we didn't have to move the car until we left. So after, at like 2 o'clock we went and got food. There was tasty food in the vicinity.
That Chinese place was actually really cool, though.
Yes, there was a beautiful Chinese restaurant.
It was a beautiful Chinese restaurant. The pizza place was actually pretty good, too.
Yes. So at 6 o'clock, then, was a returning tradition of this convention, which is parasol painting. But that's always wicked popular, because you literally get a paper parasol, and they have a whole lot of paint, and then it's literally just go paint whatever you see fit onto your parasol. Express yourself as long as it's appropriate. You're not drawing naked woman and writing massive racist lettering on your parasol. You could just express yourself on your parasol. And I was able to get into it. I'm so glad. Because that's just one of those things that I always look forward to at this convention.
I entered that Smash tournament. They forgot to add me to the brackets. I don't know how they missed my name. It was the third one down on a list of 32. They forgot to add my name to the bracket. Maybe it was because I was the only person who, a few people entered in under their under their gamer names. I entered under my gamer name, and no, I was not. I got in because some kids had to drop out because it was getting late, so I had to take their place in round 2. I got seated and then smoked.
So that was like a miscommunication on the convention's fault, and that could have.
We got it cleared up.
It could have almost been unfair to him, though, but that is something fair to mention. And then, afterwards, later in the evening, was 18 plus Cards Against Humanity. And we're not sure who decided that Cards Against Humanity should go into a teeny tiny, itty bitty tiny panel room that can just barely fit 30 people at max, maybe.
The people who, when it comes to con staff who decided Cards Against Humanity, that's not going to be popular. Their brains are like this, while our brains are like this.
So, long story short, I got in line at around 8:20. The panel started at 9 o'clock, but I knew the line would be unreasonable, so I made sure to get there as soon as it was allowed. I was second in line. There was a gentleman, Andy, who was first in line. We were at the front of the line. I waited 40 minutes. Andy was there when I got there, so surely he was waiting longer. So at 9 o'clock, the line is I don't know how far it went, but that's when convention staff went, "Oh, this room's too small. We have to move." So, suddenly, the front of the line became the back of the line. And I had been talking with the convention staffer, and I was stressing to them, is there any way we can make sure that those of us who were at the front of the line and had been waiting all this time would be, we could guarantee that we would still be at the front of the line when they moved. The staffers just said, "Oh, follow me." But then the convention staffer raised their hand and went, "Everyone follow me. We have to move the convention. We have to move where the panel will be." And you knew what was going to happen. The line just melted into a mass. And the fact that we had been at the front of the line for about an hour was irrelevant. Didn't matter. We were not at the front of the line. And I knew I wasn't going to get into it, so I didn't even bother following that mass, because there was going to be no point. He tried to get in, though, and what happened?
I tried to get in. I got shoved around because it was just a great big mosh pit. I got shoved into the VIP line without even knowing I got shoved into the VIP line. Then got accused of trying to cut the line and sneaking in with the VIP guests. So I went, fuck it and fuck you. And I left.
So, that was so unreasonable. I was completely furious for I had to go outside. I had to smoke 5 Angry Bowls. I was furious. Thankfully, we were able to find friends. And the friends helped cheer me up. And was it Saturday night we went to Who's Anime?
Yeah.
Yes. So,
because I looked at the schedule and went, oh, hey, we can't get the cards, but hey, whose line is it anyways there? And it's starred by, and Matt McKenna was the one starring it, so I'd say that that's better than cards.
So the night did have an upturn, but that is a problem that really needs to be addressed, that it was unfair to the people that had been waiting in line. It was completely unfair and unreasonable, and the convention, I need to express that, because the convention fucked me over, and I was furious. I was able to calm down and enjoy it in time, but that was still unfair. And that was the straw that broke this camel's back, and that's why I'm back to recording the con reviews. Because this needs to be addressed.
Before we end the video, before we end the video for Saturday, I just want to mention the Drinking and Dragons panel that I went to after Whose Line Is It? Where one of the running gags was one of the characters was cursed to be forever eating or instantly start dying of starvation. And the DM at one point forgot to ask, are you eating? Because out of character and in character, he had to be eating. So he starts rolling his dice to attack a monster, but I'm like, yeah, but are you eating? He gives me this death stare without breaking eye contact or blinking, sticks his entire hand down a big bag of M&Ms, grabs a fistful of them, and throws them into his mouth. There's M&Ms bouncing off his beard and chin. Just throws them into his mouth, starts chewing them without breaking eye contact. And I'm giving him this challenging look like, yeah, come on, eat some more. I dare you.
So, thankfully, Saturday night did have a positive turn. But that was a major, major down moment.
Alright, we're going to have to go to a part 3 for Sunday.
At this time, I'll end the video, and then we'll make part 3. Alright.